1v1 Calderis Refinery, blue side. It's PhatE plays a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with this damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair but is very slow. And up against on the red side is Ekul, plays a Warp Spider Exarch to the point commander that fights range combat. Great for capping and harassing with some awesome control abilities later. Teleporting ahead to take the power. Now he's going to have a look at this eastern contested. Massive disparity between the mobility of these two commanders. Plague Champion, I think, is a lot better when his army is together. You can support everything with that worship, which is perhaps why he struggles a little bit in some 1v1 scenarios. I think it is a lot better on this map if you are able to split effectively to get those power bashes and to keep these contested on the flanks under control with the Warp Spider Exarch. Will be awesome at, of course, and the other two Chaos Commanders are a bit better when they are isolated. Chaos Lord can cause all sorts of problems all by himself. Sorcerer can warp around and stuff. Plague Champion, you could just tie him up or simply just move away from him if you don't want to fight him, since he is so slow. Heretics trying to cap mid under fire. Are they going to lose a model? There we go. They have lost one, and there goes another. But not too bad. Oh, 3 models down. Going to keep them in the field though, I think. PhatE going for double heretics, CSM in between, and Ekul with some howling banshees on the field, idle right now, having taken that VP. Can he get those guys into combat effectively with double heretics on the field? All of the very, very nasty things a Plague Champion could do to melee squads, even in tier 1. Touch of Nurgle is available in tier 1, and there is an aspiring champion on those heretics, turn them into a very, very easy to use melee counter. Just run them in, time your Doom Blast correctly, and pour that fire in. You might see the Warp Spider Exarch tying up those Chaos Space Marines a hell of a lot in tier 1 to try and get those Banshees into combat safely. Here's some Shuriken coming up for Ekul. He's decapping the VP and pressuring power with some Dire Avengers, so we're going to see a full power swap. In fact, that was 2 generators down there, wasn't it? So that's not a swap in the strictest sense, because he's only going to lose a node here, PhatE. He has some more Chaos Space Marines on the way. Here is the Shuriken Cannon from the Guardian Weapon platform. Nicely placed. He needs to micro the target in though. You see those heretics getting out of the firing arc, going for the Shuriken, but Banshees are there to protect the Shuriken Cannon, and they are persuaded to run away. And that's a full retreat almost from PhatE. Might have been able to back away those CSM to keep some field presence. He only has these heretics now out. And look at this, Warp Spider Exarch decapping and now capping that which would have been a fully matured rec point up to plus 15, plus 13 1v1s of course. And these guys eventually do take down that power node. Going to be a 2-to-1 for Ekul. He's going to take both the naturals. And PhatE, are we going to see double? We've got to see some grenade launcher heretics surely, because of that Shuriken. Double grenade launcher heretics are actually a really good way for dealing with a setup team. They put a surprising amount of damage, have that disruption, much like the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. They don't always need Raptors and stuff. Chaos Space Marine is going to retake their natural. No sign of a generator yet for PhatE. Another Shuriken, nope, it's cancelled. And Rangers up for Ekul. Is going for a 1-1-1 build. Banshees, Guardian Weapon team, and those Rangers. Rangers will help those Banshees get into combat. A well-timed kinetic pulse is pretty damn annoying, and Ekul is pretty good at using it. Likes to use anti-grav grenades as well. Maybe we'll see those. Stop those heretics in their tracks for sure. We do see the aspect up on the Dire Avengers who are trying to cap under fire and are able to do so. Now need to move the hell away. Aspect incredibly important for Dire Avengers. Gives them that fleet, allowing them to choose what engagement they want, if you're paying attention that is, and gives them that awesome grenade and that health buff. Double CSM here though, easily out shooting them, but here come Howling Banshees out of nowhere, and they have the aspect of strength. In amongst Chaos Space Marines, PhatE a bit slow to pull away, and he's keeping those other CSM in play as well. Where is Heretics gone? They pushed over, trying to flank in on the Shuriken, but get hit by a grenade there, looks like. That was good play from Ekul. He probably saw those heretics come up the west side, knew it was safe for his Banshees to come in, and forced off 2 CSM squads. Just the presence of the Banshees doing that. Look at that, there's the Unholy Stench. Awesome, awesome ability. I like to use it with the Mucus Discharge. Gives you this awesome backline Plague Champion, giving his heals and just instantly suppressing anything that gets close. Heretics capping the west side. These guys are getting there on a sparring champion also, are they? No, they cancel it. Havocs, no. Raptors, some indecision there from PhatE, but he does settle on Raptors. Is a dead Warp Spider Exarch. Ekul there, busy typing, I think, commenting on how good the Unholy Stench is at suppressing. It is awesome. It suppresses for ages. Must do a hell of a lot of courage damage, that thing. Banshees infiltrated by the hollow fields. Didn't really need to be. Trying to catch those heretics unaware, but they were already in retreat pretty much. Ekul can easily repurchase at 250 rec. Rangers now capping duty, and here are those Chaos Raptors. These guys getting huge changes, of course, in the next update, which is going to make them awesome. They're going to get a Melter Pistol and a Power Fist, which makes some compositions a lot better for Chaos. If you get Noise Marines and Raptors and Plague Marines, now that the Raptors will have those anti-vehicle options, it makes it a lot more viable in general play, I think. So I'm very much looking forward to that, because that's one of my favourite builds, but a Dreadnought can often really hurt you when you try and do that. Even makes it difficult to get Havocs up because of the amount of upkeep you have with that build as you get into tier 2. If you're disciplined, you can just hold off on all upgrades and try and get Havocs out quickly, but that Raptor change is going to be awesome and a massive buff for them. 348, 3437 I should say. And we see the Bilespewers Bilious Discharge, you saw it there. Banshees still suppressed by that Unholy Stench. Plague Champion runs away, who was going for a Power Bash. Obviously took down half of the node there, it looks like. That gate is sneaky. Some Nurgle worship mid. Raptors with 1050 hit points, the same as Tactical Marines, with a pretty decent amount of melee damage as well. I really like to actually use them against Eldar. You can jump them into the Shuriken, the Eldar player runs in their Banshees, and then you have, hopefully for you, you have Touch of Nurgle ready to give a massive surprise for those Banshees, and he does have enough red for Touch of Nurgle. Since it's on Raptors, it'll do more damage than if it was on Heretics. There's the jump on the Rangers, nicely done. Forces off 2 squads immediately. A grenade does go in though, without taking out a model, but they do lose a model there to the Warp Spider Exarch's range damage, I think. Does he have any war gear? He's getting the Entangling Web to try and control these Raptors. Seems to have gone on the defensive a lot since he saw them take the field. Wanting them to jump, of course, so he can counter-initiate with his Banshees, but PhatE is not falling into it yet. Here comes the Plague Champion back out of base. Ekul now getting enhanced warp jump generator. Not going. I think he was going to try and get tier 2 quickly, get a Falcon or something going. Because as you can see, PhatE has 5 squads and none of them have any anti-vehicle potential in tier 2. Raptors with melter guns are freaking awesome, don't get me wrong, but that is tier 3. So a quick Wraithlord or even a Falcon could cause all sorts of problems for PhatE, but Ekul has decided to hit out his Warp Spider Exarch a hell of a lot. That's a mistake, I think. Giving himself a better teleport and some health and energy, and he's getting anti-grav grenades that will help at controlling these heretics for sure. Banshees are on those Raptors, but they are forced off. You see the Exarch there with her spear. But I really do think he should have gone for a quick vehicle in tier 2 rather than kitting out his Warp Spider Exarch. Maybe he didn't realise that PhatE hasn't even started teching yet. He is floating like crazy. Look at this. There's 300, 125 to go tier 2. He has 165 power before he goes. 336, 437. That really does throw your timings off. He's bashing power though like crazy with this thing. That is crazy. Look at that. Gonna get a full gen farm wipe. huge amounts of XP for his champion. The weapon pretty much paying for itself. It's not that expensive. It's 20. I think it's 125, 25. I know it's 25 power. Suppressed though. Plague Champion does not care too much about getting suppressed. And there's the Unholy Stench and a retreat. Used it well. 336, 400. Going through the wall there. A little glitch on the refinery maps. Heretics patrolling the west side, going for power harass perhaps. Rangers getting shots in, easily taking out a heretic with each shot, but that's not a whole lot. Just 13 requisition to reinforce a heretic. Are we going to see a shrine in the mid from PhatE? Ekul, has he missed his window to get a quick vehicle up? Because PhatE can get Havocs quite easily now, assuming he doesn't start getting aspiring champions up, which often screws me over. I want to get my aspiring champions quickly, but then I see a vehicle and can't deal with it. 336, 345, a 2-to-1 cap for PhatE is close on VPs though, and we see some suppression from the. Are they going to jump or what? They have the energy to jump now. 65 energy jump. Nope, happy to back away. Banshees were coming in there, so probably a good choice. He jumps now though. That could be a huge mistake. You might need to see Touch of Nurgle here. There is Entangling Web and he retreats them out. Touch of Nurgle could have been nasty, but Entangling Web made it difficult to even use that, I think. You do want a little bit of mobility if you're using Touch of Nurgle, and the Shuriken there. It was good play from Ekul. Baited the jump, backed off his Shuriken just enough to get right in the face of that infantry there. Plague Champion on his way to level 3, just bashing gens and killing the odd model. Warp Spider Exarch also doing well. 761 hit points is that. Plague Champion with 864 thanks to this fetid armor. 336, 342. And that'll be plus 70 with the new Plague Sword. So, yeah, over 900 hit points is not bad, level 2. Especially if he gets Mucus Discharge as well. Might see a lot more Plague Sword play. I do like it as a weapon. But being able to hang back and stay relatively safe is pretty important as well. Wading into combat, especially at this pace, often gets you killed. We'll see how the health buff for the Plague Sword plays out. You saw that Chaos Dreadnought there for PhatE. He's ready to face any vehicle now because he can get Marcus Zinch up anytime he wants. It's 130 for that. Warp Spiders on the field for Ekul. Did he call them in or were they purchased from HQ? I'm not sure. Already have their Haywire Grenade. Are we going to see a Bright Lance? It's going to be a big decision for Ekul. He does have the Spear for his Banshees. He does have that Haywire Grenade. Anti-Grav Grenade is nicely placed on those double Heretics there. Wow, lots of death. Banshees just about getting away. These Banshees very, very strangely split up now. Eternal War on the CSM. Do we have both of them? Yes, we do. Still hasn't seen that Webway Gate. Only has one detector on the field, and it's Heretic Squad, is it? Dreadnought happy to stick with its default autocannon. A pretty decent weapon it is. Small area effect, good damage to all targets. Oh, Plague Champion's wiping out power again, and he's level to 3. Really good Battle Spear play, and he's capping up the map. Ekul on the back foot after that engagement where he lost his guarding weapon team. 281, 342, Warp Spiders teleporting in and throwing out that awesome piercing DPS they have, peeling off models from those level 2 Heretics. Can he wipe the squad here? There's a retreat, force melee combat perhaps. Can he do this? The aspiring champion does have a decent amount of hit points, and they are able to get away. And here's the Dreadnought. Teleports in. Wow, huge risk. Didn't know what was behind the Dreadnought there, and I'm not sure what he was trying to do. He wants backup before he throws in the Haywire. Doesn't want to waste his Haywire. Wants to be able to finish off the squad when he uses it, I think. Anti-Grav Grenade on his own Warp Spider Exarch. When he gets up, a bit embarrassed. 271, 340. Ekul is a bit rusty, perhaps. The Aspiring Champion is on the Raptors with a Lightning Claw at the moment. That's going to change, of course. And he's going to be a bit of a beast. I assume he's going to still keep his demonic strength ability, which is really nice. Knockback and I think 150 damage on a model. But since they have a 65 energy jump, you're usually saving your energy for that. 271, 324, there's the jump on the Rangers. Banshees are there to counter-initiate. There's the war shouts. Can the Rangers move away? There's touch of Nurgle on the Raptors. Has Ekul spotted it? He has. And he doesn't lose a model, so that was okay, because if he killed under those Raptors, that would have been incredibly nasty with those heretics right there. Might have lost the Banshees in fact, so basically made him waste 150 red, though he did get a lot of map from it, and he's kind of dominating now. He's going to get a triple cap, I think. 271, 304. Here's a Bright Lance. Needs something to put pressure on that Dreadnought alongside the Haywire and those Banshees, but can he get all of that to get in sync at the right time? With the amount of stuff PhatE has to stop those Banshees, are they going to be able to get in on the Dreadnought? Is he going to be able to stop these Raptors jumping the Bright Lance? Does have some good tools for it. He has the Entangling Web, he has those anti-grav grenades. Dreadnought pushing forward a bit too much, I think. Need to be very careful, I think. Every time you decide to move a walker, just think very carefully about it. I think the walker could be back here. Use your infantry to keep the pressure up. The walker doesn't need to be this far forward. Plague Champion runs away. Just about gets away. Under 30 hit points, I think, when he retreated. Does he get away? Runs into Nurgle Worship, so he'll be fine. 271, 252. The Warp Spider Exarch trying to retake his power. Dreadnought shooting the crap out of him. As you can see, not doing a whole lot of damage to that single target there. In cover, I think. Here come the Raptors, going to jump that Bright Lance. Dreadnought surviving quite well. Way out in enemy territory right now. There's the jump. And a full retreat from Ekul. He's in all sorts of trouble here. 271, 235. He's going to need a miraculous engagement, I think, to pull this back. Does have these webways, and he's using them to back cap here. Banshees level to what? Level to 2. And have taken his power completely. Warp Spiders are taking his VP, so he's not completely out of this. Can he down this Dreadnought? If he does, he's in with a chance, but PhatE has enough to go, and in fact does go tier 3. What is Ekul going to do? Is he going to go for a Wraithlord with Bright Lance on it? Is he going to try and get tier 3 Fire Prisms up himself? He's not that far away from getting tier 3, but look at his power income, it's very, very low. Doesn't even have his natural power capped. Does take PhatE's though. He must know that there's some Webway Gate shenanigans going on. There's no idea where they are. Maybe these heretics are going to go look for them. 271, 197. Raptors have lost a model, but they're happy to stay in the field right now. No sign of a shrine, and no sign for any repairs for this Dreadnought either. Plague Champion is a repairing commander, and he does have double heretics, but none of them are repairing. These guys are looking for the Webway Gate. These guys are busy capping, eating shots from the Rangers. Smack. Single cap is kicking off over here. There was the Haywire grenade on the Dreadnought. Is there anything in play that can finish it off? Banshees maybe. Looks like they're happy to go onto the Raptors right now, are they? No. Went right past the Raptors, going straight after the Dreadnought. Can he finish it off? Can he bring up his Bright Lance? Where is it? It's way back there. 271, 171. I think he might have put crack shot on it. He's going to take this Dreadnought down, I think. Dreadnought turns to engage, and down it goes. Yeah. Walkers. So risky. I very, very rarely get walkers myself. I mean, you all know how much I love Dreadnoughts. I just really struggle to keep them relevant and keep them alive. Rangers go down. Apparently they were not persuaded to retreat in time. Warp Spider Squad, I should say, down to 2 models, and here is a Wraithlord with a Shuriken Cannon on the shoulder. He must have been pretty confident they could deal with that Dreadnought then. PhatE now in tier 3 has enough for a nuke, and he's about 75 power away from getting some Chaos Terminators on the field. Surely he's going to buy some power. There we go. Bright Lance now not doing a whole lot. He does have that, what is it called? I don't know. Has some damage debuff ability. Scorch, I think that's it. 271143. Ekul with a whole bunch of red himself. Well, Wraithlord happy to sit back and counter-initiate if anything jumps or comes after this Bright Lance. I think needs to get a bit closer there, Mr. Wraithlord. There's the jump. Wraithlord nowhere to be seen. That shuriken on his shoulder does a hell of a lot of damage. Spot those Raptors in combat, so they take 50% less damage from ranged weapons since they were in melee combat there, and they wipe out that Bright Lance in seconds. The Wraithlord should have been much closer there. He was busy moving around his Banshees and Warp Spiders, I think, and he's catching a hell of a lot of stuff in retreat path here. Can he get models though? Didn't actually see any models go down. Look at the chase potential of these Howling Banshees. It really is nuts. That's what they're all about. They're perfect for punishing your mistakes. They punish your, especially positioning. Make a mistake with where you put your stuff and Banshees are there to pounce. Plague Marines on the way for PhatE, deciding not to go for a tier 3 unit. But I thought he was going to go for a tank for sure. But I guess not. 2-to-1 cap for red. Is he going to have enough? Are the Plague Marines going to be enough to deal with this Wraithlord? Bang! Nice grenade on those Heretic. Doesn't quite finish them off though. Pretty unlucky. 2 models they get away, but that's some more wreck bleed for PhatE to deal with. Maybe it's time to get some grenade launchers of one of those guys, because these Warp Spiders are being really annoying. Does he have the sparring champions? No, he doesn't. He can outshoot them quite easily with double CSM, but that mobility advantage is huge. Look at that. He's got his commander and those Warp Spiders to ninja this VP, and Ekul is right back into this game. He's just outmaneuvering PhatE right now. Plague Marines get a shot in. These guys with a missile launcher which will snare targets. Boom. Some damage over time bolters as well, and 2,000 hit points of infantry armor. They also explode on death and debuff enemy movement speed if they get too close to them. To do 2-1 cap, there's some Nurgle worship. Plague Marines under Nurgle worship, very difficult to shift.
We have the advantage.
Wraithlord needs some repairs. There we go. Surely he has enough to deal with those Plague Marines. He can teleport his commander in or the Warp Spider squad in to tie them up. There's the entangling web. Autok drops right on their face, forces them to retreat. That's good play. Even if he didn't hit them, that's the Raptors off the field for a little while. The Warp Spider Exarch does go down though, and now the Autok in trouble. Wow. There's double CSM really putting out some damage at level 2 alongside those Plague Marines as well. There's the missile shot. Banshees running in to a very risky engagement. Heretics in retreat path. The Wraithlord is snared, and that was a misplay from Ekul. Is he going to lose the squad for it? He does not. Wraithlord going straight after those Plague Marines so they can't fire their missile, and now it's pretty much safe. Can you get a model as they retreat out? Smack. Retreating units taking 30% more damage from melee attacks, which is why it's always very risky to retreat while you're already in a melee fight. Those extra 2-3 attacks could mean the end of your squad. This Web Brigade is still here. Warp Spider Exarch is down. He doesn't have the wreck to repurchase. Let's see what this Autok can do. Has already gone for the Executioner Spear. It's almost 65 power melee DPS, as you can see there, which is a hell of a lot for a unit that's so mobile and gives you so much support as well. That passive area of effect buff can jump around, buffing things as well. Raptors decapping this fully matured plus 30 wreck point, and these guys decapping the west side. PhatE choosing not to push mid then. Right now, 151, 143, 2-to-1 cap for Ekul. PhatE with tons of red. Almost 700. Only seen that one touch of Nurgle which was used defensively on those Raptors, which didn't really pay off. There is another one. As soon as I say that, he uses another on the Heretics, just straight into the Banshee's face. Kind of surprised we haven't seen that yet. Just straight up in their face and use it. Was it worth it though? He's spent 150 red to kill 2 Banshees basically and decisively win an engagement, but is that going to give him any considerable map advantage? We will see. 125, 143. Does he have? He still has enough for a nuke or Terminators. Warp Spiders peeling models off these heretics. Wow. Maybe you should call in some more Warp Spiders, Mr. Ekul, because they're doing really well for you right now. 115, 143. Wraithlord in amongst the Plague Marines who are trying to kick it. It's not going to work, lads. Boom, there goes one model. The Death Explosion damages and knocks back enemies and heals allies. It's a pretty decent heal, I think. Doesn't heal themselves though. 104, 143. Center is still very, very red. And here comes the Autok and Banshees to reinforce it. Wraithlord happy to engage. These heretics now, boom, look at that splash damage. 85 DPS heavy melee. With that awesome ranged weapon, shoulder mounted of course, which doesn't affect its melee damage or its splash or anything like that. Not sure how much splash the Wraithlord has. I know Dreadnoughts have 40 heavy melee splash. Wraithlord should be around that. 83, 143 now. Time is running out for PhatE. It does have a Chaos Predator on the way though. Doesn't have the resources to give it a mark because of him reinforcing all of these heretics. Maybe it's time to stop reinforcing one of these squads, just let it die maybe even. Because they're bleeding him so much. Is he going to go Marco Zinch? Maybe Marco Korn? Marco Zinch is getting a cost reduction in the next update, much like the las cannon upgrade for the Space Marine Predator. Quite a big reduction as well, 185 rec down to 100 I believe. Here comes that Predator tank, some really nice fire support. Raptors have lost their aspiring champion, but they're level 2, almost level 3. Can he retake mid with this? Surely he can. Just put his Plague Marines on the cap. Here comes a Haywire grenade on rear armor, and that is going to completely shut down the Predator tank, and now it's going to take rear armor hits from the Wraithlord. This is a dead Predator tank, I think. Haywire, oh, there's an Imperial Abyss. Wasted though. The Haywire is so good because it prevents weapons from firing. Down go one of the Chaos Space Marine squads. There's the Predator tank down. He just pushed that thing way too far forward. He needed to keep it way back there. The Warp Spiders had a very easy time teleporting in. He should have made it difficult for them to teleport in. He should have made it a difficult decision to make, but he didn't. Raptors had touch of Nurgle. They're going to jump in and decap this VP, are they? Wraithlord lives. A really good choice for Ekul at just the right time to get this thing on the field. Done so much for him, and I do think those Plague Marines were not a good choice. They can't really deal with the Walker all by themselves. Havocs I think would have been a little bit better with las cannon, maybe 2 of them. One with a las cannon, one with auto cannon, maybe even 2 with las cannons, because then you're really making Ekul think about fire prisms in tier 3, even though he's only just going there. And he has 805 red, so he might see an Eldritch Storm. 22, 119. Marco Zinch on the way. No, it's cancelled. I thought it was a bit odd. He wants that, I think, some soft anti-vehicle damage to put more pressure on this Wraithlord maybe, but they're getting chased down by that Autarch, and she is... Whoa! What the heck was that? Some crazy leap into combat. 22, 101. Heretics are going to have a word with her. What the heck were you doing? What is this, hacks? Some repairs on a Wraithlord. Here come Warp Spiders. What level are these guys now? Almost level 4. Look at them go. Banshee's almost level 4 as well. Another Predator tank from PhatE. Maybe you can look after this one a bit better. Pushed it way too far forward. Needs to keep it around this area. And keep the Heretic squad near it. Don't push your Heretics into combat. Keep a Heretic squad, maybe in both of them, near it for that repair support and to deter the Warp Spiders from running or teleporting in, I should say. Raptors are down. I guess they were wiped out trying to cap here. Didn't actually see that. 12, 94 is a 2-to-1 cap. He is using his Heretics in combat here. Predator tank might not even hit the field in time. There's a webway gate. What the heck? This heretic floating around. And they retreat out, and he's in all sorts of trouble here. Surely Ekul's going to cap mid. PhatE just running out of steam, didn't he? As soon as this Wraithlord hit the field, it really stopped him in his tracks. The Plague Champion became very ineffective with this Bile Spirit, even though he did a hell of a lot of good work bashing power. Maybe he should have just kept on that east side bashing power the whole game. There's the GG from PhatE. Predator tank being chased into base, and again the haywire with that Wraithlord able to deal with the tank very easy. And there's an Eldritch Storm right at the end there, just before he conceded. And they have it. Good play from Ekul. He takes it with 94 VPs remaining. Really nice back and forth. I think these double heretics really bled PhatE a lot. Should have got grenade launchers, or one, maybe even both of them, and rely on his touch of Nurgle to deter the Banshees. Well, there you have it. Plague Champion was down at the end, level 3. Warp Spider Exarch also down at the end, level 4, right in his own base. Was that the Raptors chasing him off and then they died? I'm not sure how that happened. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.